Honorable Men Discord. The LeBron disrespect continues. Let's talk about it. All right, first and foremost, good evening. Hope you enjoyed your Easter. Happy Easter. But I immediately, like many, had to respond to this. One, as a LeBron fan, and two, as a podcaster. When will the LeBron disrespect stop? I mean, the man is in the playoffs right now, and it's like he just can't get a moment to breathe. He's fighting Stephen A. Smith over comments about his son. He has to deal with legends like Isaiah Thomas talking about the fact that he was warming up without a t-shirt, although the arena was empty and it was just staff and maybe a couple cheerleaders. And now he has to deal with rappers who most likely he listens to Kevin Gates speak on his wife. When does it stop? I mean, they just lost against the Timberwolves in game one, and I can only imagine, he's locked in and thinking about that, and then he has to either get notified by family members or friends like, hey, did you hear what Kevin Gates said about Savannah? He would have to now have a conversation with Savannah about it. Maybe she feels some way about it. Maybe she's used to this type of stuff, the scrutiny, haven't lived with LeBron and being married to him. Maybe this is commonplace that the entire James family is just used to the ridicule, the constant ridicule. I mean, I'll be honest with you, if I was Bronny James, just seeing all that my father has to deal with, I would be, I don't want to go to the NBA. I'll do something else. I wouldn't want to deal with the headache. It's just like, the headache of just being one of the top players. Now, I know Bronny is not one of the top players, and that's no disrespect to Bronny, and I don't want to go off subject, but just looking at the pressures that my father would have to deal with, I would be turned off by it. I would just choose to do something else. But that's just me. Don't want to go off subject. Can LeBron get a break? I understand some of you don't like him for whatever reasons. You don't like him because you might feel he complains a lot, which I also agree he complains a lot. You might not like him because you feel like he's not clutch, like Michael Jordan and Kobe was. I get it. But, talking about his wife is completely out of line. But let's get into what exactly Kevin Gates had to say. And whether or not you agree with what he said or not, let's get into it.
This how the conversation came up. We were just looking at like couples and people in the league. And then we was talking about how LeBron do the little handshake with Savannah.
Right.
And then I was like, maybe I notice shit that people don't notice. But I'm like, they was like talking about, what if you had LeBron money? I'm like, man, he one of the greatest players to ever play the game.
Right.
But I wouldn't want to trade places with him. And they was like, why not? Why you wouldn't want to play? I say, because I don't like the way Savannah look at LeBron. I like the way them white women look at LeBron. Like when soon as he walk out there, they just be like, oh. They be dicked out. But it's like I noticed when he go do the handshake with the main player on his team, which is that, it's like, you act like I'm bothering you, bitch. Like,
Right.
I'm the greatest player in the world, one of them. Like top 5, top 10, I'm one of them. And I'm in the playoffs. And you act like the warden of the jail. Like you came here to police me. Like you ain't, like, you not dicked out like these white women just dicked out about me in here. Like, so, like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, bro. Because when I've been around that dude just, his spirit so loving and giving, it hurt me. It hurt me to see that. Like, you done eject away from my partner, man. Don't do that, man. You dive on the floor behind that nigga, man. Dive on the floor behind him. But you know, like I know a lot of people gonna hate what I just said, but I'm gonna be honest, like if everybody like me, then I'm pussy. So we can do whatever you want to do about it. I'm gonna die about everything I say. So I love LeBron and I hate that for him, bro. I hate that he gotta go through that. As a man, I hate that he gotta go through that, bro. In the playoffs. In the fucking playoffs. Your main player act like it just you have a look on your face like I could be doing more. Like what more? Like I loved you for you. Like when I met you, you look like Lamar Odom. Like, babe, don't laugh at that. I'm not trying to be babe. Ain't nobody gonna fuck with you about that, you heard me? You can laugh if you want to. You gotta walk out the room.
All right, so Kevin Gates did a good job of whatever he used to make the voice to alter the girl's voice onto the last minute where you could actually hear her voice because he put some type of sound effect. But anyway, listen, first and foremost, the ironic thing about this is people outside of the black community feel as though we are just all on one accord when it comes to the way we process information, the way we conduct ourselves, and that's actually not the case. And this is a perfect example of that because I think there's a lot of us that don't agree that Kevin Gates should have expressed himself in this fashion about someone's wife. All right. Now, I understand what he was trying to say, but in defense of Savannah, Savannah's been with LeBron for quite some time. She has children by him. She's been to a ton of games. So that admiration he's talking about from the white fans or associates is obviously going to be different because they don't see him as often. They don't sleep at night with LeBron in the same bed. They don't make him breakfast or go to their children's events like Savannah does. It's a completely different situation. So it's kind of unfair to expect every time you see Savannah at a game for her to just be so in awe of LeBron when he walks through. Who does that? If there's anyone out here watching this episode who's in a relationship for a long period of time and their significant other is constantly looking at them in awe, I want to see you in the comments. Please explain how you achieve that because I don't think it's possible. Maybe it is, but I don't think it's possible. And that's in defense of Savannah. But I do understand what he's saying in terms of this is playoffs. This is crunch time. Again, the Lakers lost to the Timberwolves in game 1. And if you're going to come to the game, and I didn't notice Savannah. I watched some of the game. I fell asleep on it. But if you're going to come to the game, be focused on your husband because this is important to him. I know LeBron wants to get a 5th ring. And outside of him trying to get a 5th ring, he's a competitor. Whether or not we would like to agree that he's a competitor or not, we might say, oh, he's not clutch like Kobe and Jordan, or he complains too much, but he is a competitor. We know that because of the money he invests in his body to be able to be at this point, 40 years of age, still competing in the NBA. But I understand what Kevin Gates is trying to say as far as that's concerned, because I myself, I would be actually upset if I look to the side and my wife or significant other is not paying attention to me. They're looking at the phone or their energy is just low. Who would want that at a game, period? For that, I'd rather you stay home, respectfully. I would respectfully prefer you stay home than if I look at you, you're preoccupied in something else. So I understand what Kevin Gates is saying, but he needs to understand that you can never compare a wife to just random women in the arena who are in awe of LeBron because maybe that's the first time they're seeing him play or something of that nature. But welcome to our culture. Welcome to what it is to be black and just always having to fight. It just doesn't stop. And I'm not talking about a literal fight. Sometimes it's literally, but most of the time it's the the fight of just getting and maintaining respect. It just never ends. So, if you're young watching this episode, I've said this before previously on older episodes. The things you deal with in junior high school and high school, you would think it ends when you become an adult, but it doesn't. There's still cliques. There's still people talking about you behind your back. In this case of LeBron, I get it. He's out there. He's a public figure, so it's expected. Figures are going to be scrutinized for every little thing they do. And I'm not here to say whether or not that's fair or not, because some will say, "Oh, he makes millions of dollars. He'll just have to deal with it." I know there's people that's out there that'll say that, but I mean, talking about someone's wife, I mean, come on, we can do better than that. And when I say that, I'm just talking about in general within the community. We don't need to, speak on LeBron's wife in that fashion. He could have did it in a tasteful manner, but he's Kevin Gates, and if you've seen enough of his interviews, you know that he goes in directions that only he can explain why he went in that particular direction. But that's all I have to say on this. Let's give LeBron a break, at least for the playoffs. Let's give him a break. If he makes it into the finals, let's absolutely give him a break. Can we do that, or is there going to be someone else popping out saying something about LeBron or his son or Savannah? I mean, he's getting attacked from all angles. I think it's a little bit ridiculous at this point. But let me get your take in the comments if you have one on this matter. And as always, I appreciate everyone for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Take care.